Hello.
Glenn, my man, how are you?
I'm doing good. Thank you for asking. Yeah. Again, what's your name?
My name is Vladimir.
Vladimir. That's a nice name. Cool name.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Are
So
you
how?
calling from home or from the office?
I'm at home.
Home based.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah. So, by the way, how you doing today?
Not bad, not bad. Yourself?
Doing great. Thank you for asking.
How long have you been a teacher?
I've been teaching for 7 years.
7.
7 years. Yes.
Teaching English.
Yeah, teaching English. But I've been to different uh, companies.
Okay.
Five on Talk. Yeah.
What did you say? Come again?
Five on Talk. Five on Talk. I also used to work in Prime Leaders. That was a Korean company last time. And Chinese company is Five on Talk.
I see. What's the difference between working for a Korean, Chinese, and a Japanese company in your experience?
Well, I think it's just the same. It's just that maybe they're characters. hmm So let's say um, all of them are fun to teach. The Koreans. Uh, the difference is when I taught Korean students, it was a group class. It was a group class and
But still online.
online. Yeah, still online. So for Chinese, the difference is they love to learn and very serious when it comes to English learning. But Japanese also are serious, but they are more respectful.
Okay. With both Chinese and Japanese, you used to teach and still teach one on one, not group.
Yeah, yes,
Okay.
one and one.
So Japanese students are more respectful.
That is
Yeah, it's
true.
easy to imagine. It's easy to imagine. And is it more kids or more adults?
In Japanese
I
platform.
mean, all these three cases.
Okay, okay. Uh, in Korean, those are kids students.
Okay.
Yeah, and
Kids
five
means
on
like what, below 10?
let's say in the range of 4 years old to 14 or 16.
You
Mhm.
said group lessons with the
Group
Korean
lessons, yeah.
kids. How?
But those
Okay.
are elementary students. Let's just say other students are together having an English lesson with me. So those are elementary students. Sometimes there are senior high school or high school students,
Group
or
lessons.
middle school group classes. Yes, that's those. Not really a lot of students, but let's say 4 to 5 students, 4 to 6 students, like those.
Online, and the lesson is conducted in on their end from the classroom, from their school classroom.
Yes,
Okay,
there's
so
their
this is,
school.
I guess, part of their curriculum in a way,
Yeah, it's part of their curriculum. That's why they are attending English classes at
and they
school
have online lesson, like online
online.
chat session within that language class. I see. Okay, got it, got it. And in the case of the Chinese company.
Trainees in 5 on Talk, mostly there are a lot of kids,
Mhm.
a lot of kids booking my classes, and it's rare or just seldom to have adult students.
And in the case of this one, the Japanese company,
It's a mix. It's
mix
it's actually a mix, yeah. But most of my students were also kids.
kids. Okay.
Yeah.
And in terms of pay, are they similar?
Oh, higher it when
Who
it
is the
comes to
stingiest?
pay. I'm sorry.
The
uh,
stingiest.
I think that's uh, a bit personal, but it's okay if it's okay.
Got it. Got it.
Yeah, I think. Yeah, it depends on the company, usually, but here it's the stingiest. Yeah.
The Japanese. Oh, really?
But I heard they pay a lot, but I think only this platform here. But other companies usually pay good.
Pay
Well,
more. Uh-huh.
yeah, like Bizmates or other RareJob like those.
I see. I see. To be perfectly honest, I used to be a language teacher myself. Used
I
to.
see. Yeah.
And I don't think that platforms like this one, and when I say this one, I also include Bizmates and RareJob and DMM and all these
Mhm.
Berlitz, offline, online, all those type of language schools. I don't think they are beneficial for the language teacher, for the language learner.
Oh, okay.
I don't think people learn by speaking. I don't think there is such thing as practice speaking. What do you think?
Well, I also got your point. Yeah, I think English is not really easy to learn. Yeah, it's always learning, let's say, thoroughly. We are going to learn thoroughly. That's why they have, let's say, courses to take. But again, for them, um, just to compare, the materials from 5-1 Talk and the materials here, I think what the materials they have here is not that, let's say, as you mentioned, they cannot really learn easily. But
No, no,
once
the material
got
has
in,
nothing to do with it. It doesn't
mhm,
matter what kind of materials they use. To me, language is a tool for getting knowledge. Language is a tool for acquiring knowledge, getting information.
that is true.
And there is no information, no knowledge on such platforms. There is no knowledge in the language classroom. Okay?
Like you mean to say the
Vocabulary and grammar are not knowledge. When I say
yeah.
knowledge, I mean proper, real knowledge. So, for example, when we ask each other, what are you knowledgeable about? People say, I know history, I know
Hmm.
business, I know programming, I know HTML, I know, this is what I mean by knowledge. People don't say, I know vocabulary and grammar.
Yes, that is also true.
There is no knowledge on such platforms, whether it's Bizmate or RareJob or, language schools in general. How do you guys learn English? The Filipino people. How do you learn English?
Well, we
Why
actually
you
learn at
speak good
school.
English but Korean, Japanese, Chinese don't? Why?
I think um, we actually have English lessons at school. So we give like 1 hour per day, and usually we are encouraged to speak, to do speeches, to also spell the words. But I think in that span of long years, we can also slowly learn. But there are actually a lot of uh, materials that we can also use now, like YouTube.
No,
We
no,
can
no.
watch
It's very
YouTube
weird.
videos.
It's very weird. You speak English and you don't know why you speak English. So you think that the reason you speak English is because you have an English class once a week. What did you say? Sorry, once a
No,
day.
once a day. Yeah,
Once a day. So do
once a day.
Japanese. So do Koreans, and they have English classes every day. It's not that. It's not that. Why? Why?
Maybe it's the experiences we have. Like I used to also work in call center.
No,
That's
no,
the
no, no, no,
time.
no, no. You get a call center job because you speak the language. You don't learn the
Okay,
language there. So the question is up to that point. Why?
maybe the training.
The training. In the
Mhm.
Philippines, teachers are better than in Japan. Really?
Uh, Not really. It's like we love to imitate. Like
The Filipino people love to imitate, Japanese people don't like to imitate. Really? That's the reason.
I'm not really sure
I'm
if
not
that's
really
the
sure.
reason,
You don't know. Is it true
but
that you learn all school subjects in English?
uh, not really. To be honest, yeah, no, I'm not that good at all.
No,
But
no, 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 no. I don't think you heard my question. Is it true that in the Philippines you learn other school
all the
subjects
subjects.
in English? Is it true or not true?
Oh no, 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 no. So we learn English because teachers speak in English,
Okay.
but
How
other
do you learn
subjects,
history? Yeah, history is in the local language.
yeah, in the local language.
Chemistry is in the local language.
That is correct. But sometimes they mix with English, depending on the teacher.
I've asked this question every single teacher on this platform, and they all told me that most school subjects in the Philippines are taught in English. And you're telling me that that's not true.
Yeah. For example,
That's I don't know. That's super bizarre. Why? I don't know. I'm speechless. They all said that most school subjects in the Philippines are taught in English. You're telling me no.
yes,
No.
no.
Is that your school only, or that's the case across the Philippines?
Okay. What you want to know is that if all subjects here in the Philippines are taught in English, is that correct?
All
Did I
or
get your point?
most? Yes, most subjects.
Most subjects.
Almost,
Yeah,
yeah, almost all.
not really
Not
all,
really.
not
Okay.
most, not most. Yeah. So again, it depends on the school or the teacher. Let's say if the teacher knows how to express in English, then he can. But again, speaking here the language, English language, it's it's kind of awkward. So that's why they don't really speak all the time in English. So if the subject is English, then that's a time I think we feel the same. Like we wanted to speak in English.
No, no,
So
no, no. I'm
teachers,
talking about regular school subjects. I'm talking about.
yeah, regular school subjects are not spoken in English because we use our dialect. We use our mother tongue.
We means the teachers.
The teachers and also the student.
No, no, I'm not asking about the student. I'm asking about the teachers and the textbooks. The textbooks are in your mother tongue, in your native language.
For native language, yeah, it is. Let's say subject English, it's written in
No,
English.
no, no, not English. I'm talking about other school subjects. History, biology, chemistry, mathematics. I don't know.
Most,
Yeah.
yes, yes, most are in English, but other subject are not in English. It's in Tagalog
Which are other
or
subjects?
that could be MAPE, that could be civics. So those are lessons here in the Philippines, or we have those are values, those are culture. So those are written in mother tongue language.
The textbooks are in Tagalog.
Yeah,
Chemistry, biology, physics, mathematics are in
those are
English.
in English.
All of
Yes,
them, all schools across the Philippines are in English.
are in English.
Okay, so those are the main subjects, right? History, what about
Yeah,
history?
history depends on what the topic is. So mostly of those are written in Tagalog.
Most, okay?
History.
And the textbooks are in Tagalog.
Yes.
It's weird. It's weird. Why would every single person told me that most school subjects are taught in English? And now you're
I think
telling me the opposite. Not the opposite, because you also said that mathematics, chemistry, biology. Once again, in your case, which
mhm,
school subjects were taught in English? Could you tell me, please? In your case,
in
when
my
you were a
school.
school, yeah, when you were a student.
Okay. Yeah. English was taught in English and chemistry. Uh, other were actually taught in Filipino language. except for those words that are used in English. They are explained in our dialect. So
The,
again, I mentioned chemistry written in English, but are explained in our dialect.
the textbooks are in Tagalog.
Uh, Chemistry is in English, but
Biology.
biology, but are explained in our dialect.
And when you study at home, what kind of textbooks do you use?
Like the textbooks they want us to buy. Let's say, can you buy Chemistry 1, just for example? So we would like to buy that as well because we need to
And what
follow
language is that
curriculum.
book written in?
Again, it's written in English, but if they are explained to us, it's explained in our language.
Biology, the same thing.
Same thing.
Mathematics, the same thing.
Same thing. Except for those words. Dividend, divisor, like those.
They're explained, but once they're explained, what language is the class conducted in usually?
So for example, here in my city, it's explained in Visayan language. But if it's in Manila, it could be explained in Tagalog.
Okay. So the language teachers conduct their lesson in is the local language, not
That is correct.
English.
Not English.
But the textbooks are written in English.
That is correct.
History books are written in the local language.
Mm-hmm. Yes. And depending on what issue is in the history.
So you can have a single textbook, one lesson in the local language, one in English.
Yeah, there is. There
Really?
is. Yeah. So it's like translated.
Mm-hmm. But still, you have a good chunk of your education in English, right?
Yes, that is correct.
So you use English to acquire knowledge.
Yes.
Whereas Japanese, Chinese, Koreans, they use their native language to get knowledge. There's no such thing in Japan that they learn other subjects in English. The only class that is in English is English.
English.
And there is no knowledge in this class. Nobody goes to a English class thinking about learning chemistry or biology or history.
Mm-hmm. I think just repetitions makes it
No
easier.
repetition. Language is a tool for acquiring knowledge. You guys acquire knowledge through English. Maybe
Mm-hmm.
not 100% what you just said, but maybe at least 50%. Would be a fair assessment. 50% of what you learn is in English. Or
Yes, that
less.
is correct.
No. In your own words, how much of what you've learned from elementary, middle, and high school would you say
I
was
think
in English?
that's going to be 40%.
40%
40%.
in English, which is still a huge percentage.
Mm-hmm.
40%. In Japan is zero.
It's zero.
Zero. Unless it's an international school. I'm talking
Yes.
about the average
Yeah,
normal
international.
school, yes. Is zero, nothing. In Korea is zero. In China is zero. So in your case, your particular case is, you said 40%, which is huge.
Yeah.
Okay, so that's the difference. That's why you can speak English, because speaking is a byproduct of acquiring knowledge.
Knowledge.
It's a
Okay.
byproduct. It's like a side effect. Okay, because you acquire so much information, again, chemistry, biology, history, and all that. Not 100%, but still, 40% is huge.
Mm-hmm.
Okay?
Yes.
And speaking
Yes.
is a byproduct. That's why you can speak and Japanese can't, or Chinese can't. That's why. Not because of the speaking. Not because of the speaking. Anyway, now it's different. I see. 40% in your case. Weird. Super weird. Super weird. I don't know. I guess Filipino people are very agreeable. I don't know why. Everybody says most, all of them.
I think they were just
Yeah.
afraid to explain.
Why
I'm
would
not
they
really
be
sure.
afraid? Why would they be afraid?
Not really sure. It depends
Yeah,
on
yeah,
their opinion too.
yeah, yeah. No, but
Their
still,
opinion.
40% is huge compared to zero.
Yes. Maybe depending on the school, as you mentioned, international or
No,
private
no,
school.
international is something
Probably.
completely different.
Hmm.
In Japan, private, national school, it's still zero. International is different.
Uh,
Okay, international because that's the meaning of international. International school means you learn
yeah.
subjects of
You
English.
have native teachers. Yes.
Not native teachers. International school means you learn other subjects through another language. That's the definition of international school, not native teachers. Anyway,
Okay.
take it
Okay.
easy. Okay.
By the way, thank you, Vladimir. I also got knowledge from you.
Of course, of course. It's what every
Okay.
Filipino person says. They learn so
Okay.
much from me. Take it easy. Bye bye. You have one life. Don't waste it.